Phil Cornish, and I'm your host of Cornish Talks Common Sense. We've been talking so far about some underlying principles that help you to understand why are all these events happening in our society today, why are wars happening, the idea of concern among politicians and others, scientists, about climate change, social transformations that are happening with the idea of critical race theory and transgenderism and social media. These are all issues that are unfolding before us every day in newspapers, on the news that you watch at supper time. These events that are happening are understandable if we take the time to look at what is behind it. What are the underlying currents that are shaping our world views today? So I've talked to you about three of those core items that are governing how we think as a society today. The first of those is the idea of the advent of postmodernism, the idea that there is no longer any objective truth. There is no moral plumb line that tells us how we measure what is right and what is wrong, what is truth, what is falsehood. The idea of postmodernism is that everybody has their own truth. It's all subjective. How we interpret language, how we interpret communication is based just on how you think of it. It's what your own truth is. And that's a radical change from historically what we've thought of as there being an objective truth. The second idea is the idea that we've elevated feelings to a level that is just eroding the idea that reasoned, common sense decision-making is what should govern human conduct. Instead, we're saying, well, our feelings are most important. There's a writer from hundreds of years ago, Alexander Pope, who wrote an essay called An Essay on Man, where he talked about humankind is a ball of confusion of thinking and passion fighting each other. And so as humans, we understand that we have both feelings and we have critical thinking skills. But today, through the field of psychiatry and the idea of self-esteem, we've elevated the idea that we should consider feelings to be the most important thing. And so if we say something that causes somebody else offense, that should be shut down and censored. And so reasoned debate and critical thinking can be shut down simply because someone's feelings may be hurt. And that can be a dangerous thing. The third thing we talked about is the idea that eschatology doesn't matter anymore. This idea that God is relevant to human affairs is now gone. This idea, propagated probably most forcefully by Friedrich Nietzsche in recent history, is that God is dead. God just isn't relevant anymore. And morals are only what makes us stronger. The idea that there is an objective right and wrong, that there's really even good and evil, no longer matters. It's just whatever makes us stronger as humans. We're on our own in the world. We got to fix ourselves and fix our world because we're all there is. These are the core underlying values that have supplanted the idea that there is objective truth, that there is a God that is relevant to humans, and the idea that Western civilization, as we know it, has been built around these principles of Judeo-Christian thinking are now being steadily eroded and abandoned. These are reasons why you and I need to be concerned about this madness that is happening in our world today and changing the course of the direction that we're going. I hope we can help do that on this program, and we'll come back again and talk to you about more of these issues